Ladies and gentlemen, we shouldn't even be talking about this no more. Everybody has their opinions about. First things first. Again, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I think one thing, and damn, I'm so jumbled up that I don't know where to start. So let me find a lane to start. I probably should have wrote this down. Let me find a lane to start. So, first things first. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I think a lot of people are forgetting that a man just died. A man that was important to black people has died. And we should be not only mourning his death, celebrating what he's done when he was here. I think we're all getting away from that part where it's not even about Kobe no more. It's about everything else revolving around Kobe. Second of all, Vanessa, Vanessa Bryant, his wife, I feel like she's looking at all this foolishness as like what is going on with everybody. How can it conspire? And it's like I'm pretty sure she's looking at us like we're some fucking fools or something like that. I'm just assuming, because just like I said, this is a man just died, and someone that was not just important to someone. Yes, Kobe was important to us, but not as important as she was to Vanessa and the family. Make sure I say that very, very clear. Also, let's go with Snoop and Gayle. I've already gave my opinion about the Snoop and Gayle thing. Gayle was out of pocket. I do not have a problem with the way, even though I do not agree with threatening people, I do not have a problem with the way Snoop kind of like went off because you cannot tell somebody how to feel, especially when someone is that close. I know if someone was talking about your dead relative, someone that you was really close, and I say this all the time, you gonna say some stuff out of anger. If someone says, especially if someone, let's say your mama died, and someone come around and say, "Man, I remember your mama used to be a big asshole. She was just going around sucking everybody's peen and all that other stuff." You gonna want to kill that dude. Something I'm gonna reveal. Something I said. I had a baby when I was in the third grade. I had a baby sister. She died. And after we buried her and all that other stuff, and this is a story I heard. My older sister was in class, and some girl, I don't know, she didn't like my sister at all, but she said, "You probably," and if I'm correct, I probably have to tell her, ask her again. But the way the story went, the girl told my older sister, "You're probably the reason why my little sister died," and my older sister black out and beat her ass. You just don't do that. You just really want to do that. I feel like with Kobe's death, we're in that stage that I hate because it's never a positive state where you're angry and you're trying to put your anger out on people. We're at that stage. I remember with Etika and his suicide. Sometimes with the suicide, it's much more quicker because some people, no matter, depends on what you feel about suicide and how you going about suicide. Because I always say suicide doesn't nobody wins because people are looking for someone to blame and people are looking for someone to take their energy, this violent energy out of, and then it's just going to be coming one big clusterfuck and no one wins out of this. That's why I said a suicide helps nobody. Now, yes, this is a homicide. This is not a suicide, but this is why I said it gets to this later. After you're mourning and you try to see all the good, there's always that one motherfucker that says something bad, and you want to put bodily harm on him. And some people just don't know how to control their strength. So you may say something out of anger, or you may do something out of anger that you might regret in the future. Do I think now? Snoop already said I'm not gonna put bodily harm on Gayle. There's a 70-year-old woman. What the fuck do I look like? I'm pretty sure, yeah, like, even though he said that out of anger, I think anybody knew that he wasn't really going to, like, fuck Gayle up. And so anybody was talking about this death threat is just running on. Second thing, first thing, and I know a lot of people is like, "Oh, you're doing this to a black woman. Y'all, why is Snoop doing this to a black woman?" Y'all seem to forget, and not just people like Snoop and people like 50 Cent, or at least most rappers. Y'all realize that they done beast with men, especially Snoop. Let's just stick with Snoop. Because I know a lot of people think 50 Cent's being misogynist too, but y'all forget 50 Cent goes at everybody. Like, for what he said about Oprah and Gayle, he done, it doesn't even compare to what he's done to Ja Rule. That's on 50. Snoop, he used to call Suge Knight a bitch. And everybody know who Suge Knight is. Suge Knight is not no small dude. Suge Knight is not no little man. Suge Knight is a big motherfucker. He was calling Suge Knight a bitch. Remember that. Keep that in mind. So it's not like he don't say this to like women or you're just getting that male anger. I think a lot of women do not like that male anger, especially when it's projected to a female. A lot of people just taken aback. Wow, you just said that to a female. It's that you don't want that male anger. Let's just be real about that. But he's not going to put hands on her. And I think a lot of people. One thing, and I would say this, men, and I've always defended men on this. Even though there are some people that try to make this about all black women, a lot of men are good at just attacking the individual, male or female. It's just like like I said, the whole Kodak thing when he said something about Nipsey's death, and then he said something about Lauren London. You saw a lot of black men go at Kodak Black individually because he needed to be checked. That person needed to be checked. What you said was out of pocket, and a lot of people went at him. So it's not like this is new, nothing new. Also, and this is probably my last. Yeah, this is gonna be my last one. This goes out to the whole black community. We are giving the white media what they want, and this is not good. All this infighting that I stand with Gayle, then I stand with Snoop shit. We're giving the white media we're showing them the infighting. The one thing I hate, and this is the one thing I want to change about the black community, we do our infighting outside. There's no reason this should have gone along as long. This should have gone long as it should. All right, there's no reason this should have got to Twitter. There's no reason there's other females in there talking about I stand with Gayle, or other people talk about I stand with Snoop. There is no reason other people, white media, are covering this, asking. I just saw Al Sharpton talking to a white media. There's no reason Al Sharpton should be telling white media about our fucking business, even if the defendant. This shit should have been handled inside the black community. Those white, like Al Sharpton, as the civil rights leader, you should have told those white people, mind your fucking business. This don't have to concern you. And this is, but I don't know who said it, but we're so. Like, I've always said this, black people, we just do shit extra sometimes. It works for us, and sometimes it does not work for us. It's just a 50-50 shit. This time it's not working for us. They shouldn't, while Trump and them are doing all that fuck shit, and while there's plenty other things we need to be worrying about than whether or not Snoop is going to go through with threats, even though he said he's not going to put bodily harm on a 70-year-old woman and all that other stuff. I think a lot, and then first thing, I think a lot of people, Gayle was forgetting that Gayle was out of pocket. And for people saying, oh, it was just a question, the question was not the problem. It was her egging on Lisa Leslie, making it seem like Kobe was guilty when he was innocent. And everything in that trial, if you read the trial, proves that Kobe was innocent. Not only that, this shit never happened. This shit, you just don't bring this up after a man just died. And from what my father told me, in that helicopter run, when they found his body, they found Kobe covering his daughter. That's, to me, he was a father to the end. That stuff like that make you cry. Imagine the person finding Kobe's body and him covering Gigi. He tried to protect her with his life. And y'all know the results. But imagine that. Me thinking about that right now, that's a father to the end. I'm about to I can feel myself tearing up about that. That shit is fucking sad. Us as a black community, this should have been done in house. This should have never go to white media. This should have, motherfucker. This shouldn't even be on TV. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Gayle and Snoop got their fucking numbers, or they at least follow each other on Twitter. You DM each other. Y'all have this fucking talk out, and then y'all squash it behind fucking closed doors as fucking adults. Do I have a problem with Snoop going off? No, I really don't. Because Gayle, to me, Gayle deserves it, except for the threats. Except for the threats. But other than that, the Gayle calling him a fucking head bitch, you don't tell people how to fucking feel, especially when that's your homie that died. Because a lot of y'all would have went the same way if y'all homie that died. Y'all have acted like Snoop too. So let's be real about that. But this shit should have never. It's like, to me, white people should be minding their own fucking business, because as much as this shit, a lot of people are like talking about this shit. To me, A, this shit should have been settled, and B, a lot of other fucking. I don't want to be one of the people like, wow, this shit is happening to other fuck shit. But I'm pretty sure there's other fuck shit that deserves our attention more than fucking Snoop. I know, like, I'm usually one of the people who say, yeah, I can multitask, but this shit should really never really surfaced or gone this far. So in conclusion, again, rest in peace, Kobe. Pray for Vanessa. I don't have a problem with Snoop saying what he said. I still think Gayle was out of pocket. No one needs to be threatened. This hashtag I stand with Gayle is fucking stupid. I don't have a problem with people checking each other, but yes, death threats are off, just going too far. I will agree with that. And lastly, this should have never get in the white media. I don't know how far this video go, but anybody looking at this should never surface white media. This should have been shit we should have been done behind closed doors, in house. And this is why I disagree with Charlamagne. It's like we go after white people. No, we need to check ourselves first before we even try to go after white America sometimes, because sometimes we don't have our shit together. How the fuck you supposed to expect us to go after white media with all the fuck shit we doing? We can't even handle the fuck shit in our house, and yet they're going to keep bringing it up. So that's why I wanted them to handle Gayle before you handle Abigail Disney or any other white media feminist that tries to like put a bad taste on Kobe's name, or any of them stupid ass swirls that's Kobe, you shouldn't have given a fuck about Kobe because he married a non-black woman. That don't even fucking matter. Who else is supposed to give his fucking money to? But yeah, I'm running on. Let me know what y'all think before I run on for another fucking 10 minutes. Till then, my name is Oskino Fly, and my black people, as a unit, we need to get it together. It's 2020. We need to get this shit together.